With your Fiberwhip stuff, you can not only swing your whip in circles, but you can also do all kinds of pendulums. There are 2 points where some people struggle when they first try this. One thing is to get the pendulums really smooth and not kind of bouncing like this. And the other thing is to get them on clean planes and not drifting off to something horizontal. So in this tutorial I want to give you a few tips how to address these problems. The first thing is bouncing is often the result of using too much energy. You don't need much energy for pendulums. When you start, you can just swing your arm front to back or side to side on one plane, and then you simply add the whip and don't add any further energy from your hands or from your elbow or wherever. The whip should be rather short, not longer really than your arm, and it should not touch the ground when you let your arm hang down. And for the start, grab it a little bit shorter, and then just swing your arm and don't add any energy from your hands, just this swinging motion from your arm, and that's enough. You can also imagine that there's a little sleeping mouse in your handle and you don't want to wake it up. So you just swing your arm gently, gently rocking this mouse to sleep, and you feel the connection from your fingertips to this mouse, and you feel it snoring, a slight quiver in the handle when it's snoring, and then you really guide this mouse to the horizontal points where the handle is horizontal, and just gently rock this mouse to sleep. The other thing, the planes, that has to do with how you swing your arms around you. When you're not used to move your arms on clean planes, and you just start swinging your arms like this, just hanging loose from your shoulder, just swinging front to back like this. Most of the time it is not on a clean plane and in a line, but from the center in front of you, from your belly button, then all the way around your hips and behind your back, behind your spine. So it's more like a convex movement like this. I'm exaggerating now, but in some kind this is happening. And to get your arms and your pendulums on a clean plane, you have to kind of correct this convex movement. It feels a bit like you were doing a concave movement, even though you're only correcting the automatic convex movement that is happening. To get a feeling for this, you can just stand close to a wall. Put this aside. Stand close to a wall, a bit away from the wall, and then just swing your arm front to back. Close your eyes to really feel what you're doing. Closing your eyes changes your perception really incredibly. So really close your eyes and feel what you're doing, where your arm is really moving. And then you take a step closer to the wall with your fingertips just touching it. And when you swing your arm now, all the way you keep touching the wall. And again, close your eyes and feel how that feels. Because this is now the clean plane that you need. You can also do full circles. If you do flowers and extensions, you'll need a full circle anyway. So just circle your arm on the wall and swing it on the wall. Do it with those hands to get a feeling on both sides. So this is the feeling you need. So you're moving your arm in a kind of cone. Alien John called this the arm cone, this way of circling your arm on the wall. And when you're used to this feeling, you can once again mark a line on the floor that marks your plane. And then you take your whip and you draw a line on the floor. Imagine you not only have the sleeping mouse in your handle, but a paintbrush, and you're painting this line on the floor. And paint it up on the wall. And then you can cross here and try the opposite plane. Swing from front to back, really look where the handle's going. If you have a spot somewhere on the wall, then you can try to hit the spot with the handle. And spin your whip from side to side here. On this plane, on this plane, and of course switch hands so you get used to do everything with both hands. When you have your basic pendulums down, you can also try to move your arm in a circle while you're doing a pendulum. So you start here from swinging from side to side, and then you move your arm and do another pendulum at the top. And you can do this from both directions, like this. And additionally, if you just let your whip hang here on your thumb or just in your fingers, and you take the whip tail, you just start swinging the handle from side to side. You can also move with the other hand the whip tail so it looks like both sides of the whip were doing the pendulum. And of course, this also with both hands. So much for pendulums for the start, and keep flowing.